Welcome to the Spending Loop Explained. My name is Tom Beeson, and I'm going to be your host for this all-important video. Now, you're probably thinking, spending loop? What on earth is a spending loop? Well, first of all, the spending loop is based on what we call the OODA loop. And that's going to drive my transcription crazy because it's not used to me speaking in Swedish. But the OODA loop is actually American. In the 1990s, a retired Air Force colonel named John Boyd conceptualized the OODA loop to help pilots to win more aerial conflicts and more aerial battles and to get ahead. That's why our Air Force is so good. Now today, this loop is also used in a lot of business. It's used in finance. It's used in romance. Ooh la la. And in many areas of life in general. And the spending loop is based on the OODA loop. We just took the OODA loop and turned it into a spending loop. So what is the OODA loop? Well, first thing in the OODA loop is that we observe. We get situational awareness. And that situational awareness is already important. Hey, there's that fighter jet over there. Oop, there's the enemy. Oh, there's the cookies on the cookie shelf. Hey, let's go for those. And then we orient ourselves. Well, where can I go next? What do I do next? Well, the cookies are this far away, but the carrot sticks are way away on the other side of the store in the produce section. Yep, I'm going to get some cookies. And then I'm going to go get carrots because I can eat a bunch of carrots and only just a few cookies. And maybe, just maybe, I'll lose a little bit of weight. Maybe get some new information on the latest cookie diet, right? So now we formulate our decision. And we formulate that based on the information that we have and we observe and we orient it. Okay, headed for the cookies. I'm going to buy cookies and carrots. I'm going to have a few cookies as a reward, but I'm going to eat healthy because I consciously decided to eat healthy. Well, now we act on that. We don't just think we're going to eat healthy, we eat healthy. Yeah, we might throw a package of cookies in our cart, but we always make a trip by the produce. There's some carrot sticks, there's some salad, there's some broccoli, some celery. There's some stuff in there that are healthy eating, including apples and peaches and oranges and other fruits, bananas. I need potassium. So those are the things that we have in our shopping cart, right? This is why the spending is based on the OODA loop. Now, life happens fast. And with life happens fast, it happens as fast as a jet flying in front of our face. And so you realize that this loop needs to be kind of done inside of us, that we make certain decisions ahead of time. We decide what we're going to do. Am I going to take out that enemy jet, or am I going to let him pass? Am I going to flame him from behind or head on? What am I going to do on that? And so some decisions oftentimes are made in advance. Well, this is how we apply the OODA loop to spending. This is the spending loop right here. First of all, we observe where we are. How's my life now? Things pretty miserable? Am I getting a lot of phone calls from creditors? Am I on the Dave Ramsey diet? You know, what is going on here in my life? And am I on the cookie diet? Well, I'm still getting fat. And then we orient ourselves. Okay, what kind of information can I gather about what I observed? What information do I need? I need all my credit card balances. I need my bank balances. I need to know how much I'm spending, not only in groceries, but at the drugstore. How much I'm spending on my phone, how much debt, not what I pay a month, but what is my total payment on my debt? What is my minimum payment? Forget the interest. I'm going to show you in another video why concentrating on interest in your debt really serves you no good. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write a plan. I'm going to write a spending plan, but I'm going to write this plan once a month. I'm not going to just write a plan. I'm going to write several plans. Very simple, very easy. You're not going to be spending hours and hours on this. As a matter of fact, oftentimes you'll spend maybe 20, 30 minutes at the most. And then life goes on, because after you've written that plan, you decide how you're going to spend it. You spend it, okay? And you spend according to your plan. You pay your mortgage, you pay your rent, you pay your phone bill, you pay your utility bills, you pay your grocery bills. How much eating out am I going to do this month? What things do I need to buy that I need this month and that are needs, not just wants, okay? And then we turn around and we track that. Because we've already spent it, we should have some way to track it. And because it's a written plan, we can just write it off to the side of what we actually spent. Well, then for next month, that's this month, next month we do it again. Well, is this month any better than last month? What can I do? What gather information? And I maybe overspent here, and maybe I underspent there, and things are, I didn't save, so I need to put some savings, make that a priority. Giving. I didn't give anything this month, but you know what? I'm going to give before I spend. So the first thing I'm going to do is give. And then I decide, I make a written plan again, and this time I make it by priority, because there are certain things that have to get paid this month, and maybe I got lost last month. Well, again, we spend according to our plan. And again, we track it. How did we do? See, the spending loop is actually two loops in one. It's not just one single loop. And so that's what makes a spending loop a little more difficult. Because the first thing you do is you go over, where's our spending plan? And you see that spending plan over here. And then you go into the next thing, which is getting the information for the month ahead, which is this number 2, okay? And then this number 3, we write a plan and we decide. And that feeds us into our action plan. All right, notice that? Yep, our action plan and our tracking plan. And so here, ladies and gentlemen, is this expanded spending loop. It's based on the OODA loop. We've added an extra step because we need to track our spending, and then we go back next month and we do it again. So that's why I wanted to present to you this OODA loop, and to help you understand how this loop and how this loop apply together. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. You can visit me at trbcoaching.com. I want to hear from you. Please feel free to comment below. I would like to engage you in conversation if this has been helpful to you. And also I invite you not only to visit us at trbcoaching.com, but to schedule a time that you and I can talk. Thank you very much, and God bless.